process is pretty simple. Go to the ocean and fill up a bucket of water. Try not to get too much of the sediment if you can. When you get home, let it settle for a few hours to let the sediment filter to the bottom. Here I've collected some various seaweeds for another project, and I'll be using some of the water for a soil treatment project. Now typically you'll want to use a cheesecloth or something to strain the water, but for this salt I'm going to be making a small salt lick, which will be outlined in another video. Take the strained water and boil it. While it's fairly diluted, you can boil at a medium to high heat, stirring occasionally. As it simmers down and you start to see some of the salts floating around, it's time to turn the heat down low so that it's slowly simmering down. Stir occasionally and increase stirring as the liquid thickens. Once you're down to a mushy paste, it's time to air dry. There's a couple of different ways to do this. You can put it in bowls and spread the salt out for high surface area to let it dry naturally, or you can put it in cheesecloth and hang it somewhere out to dry. I prefer the bowl method as I find with cheesecloth, a lot is lost, often stuck to the cheesecloth, and the center of the ball of salt in the cheesecloth will remain fairly moist even after a long period of being left out to dry. So here you can see the clear difference between this salt and my last batch, which was strained more before the boil. This salt might look a bit different than the sea salt you've seen at the store, and because we aren't using industrial drying methods, it will still feel a little bit moist. But because of this process, it retains more of that mineral content because of the reduced processing. From about 2 gallons of seawater, we got about a cup of salt, which is fairly standard based on my experiences.